Welcome to the Global Risk Podcast by Solace Global. In this edition of Regional Flashpoints, we turn to Turkey, where a recent attack on the Israeli consulate in Istanbul has brought renewed attention to the security of diplomatic missions and internationally linked locations. The incident, which took place during Passover, reflects a broader pattern of attacks and attempted attacks targeting Israeli diplomatic sites and associated individuals across multiple regions. To unpack what happened and what it could signal for the wider threat environment, here's our intelligence analyst, Manfredi Pozzoli.
On the 7th of April 2026, 3 gunmen attacked the Israeli consulate in the Levant district of North Istanbul. 2 of the attackers were injured and subsequently arrested, while the third one was killed. The attack resulted in 2 police officers being injured, while no diplomatic staff was injured as the consulate was empty at the time of the attack. The attack occurred on the last day of Passover, a major Jewish holiday. Turkish authorities stated that the attackers had ties to a group that exploits religion, which is widely interpreted to refer to the Islamic State. Moreover, investigations revealed that one of the suspects had his bank accounts frozen in 2021 for reportedly trying to fund ISIS. In the wake of the attack, police arrested 14 people in connection to the attack and furthermore carried out a series of raids across 34 provinces, which resulted in the arrest of 198 people. The attack shares several similarities with recent IS attacks. First of all, the last notable Islamic State attack in Turkey also occurred at a religious place of worship, in that case a Catholic church, in January 2024, and also on a notable religious holiday, in that case it was during Sunday Mass. Moreover, the attack shares some similarities with the Hanukkah attack in Bondi Beach, Sydney. Firstly, the fact that it occurred on a Jewish holiday, and secondly, the fact that some of the perpetrators were family members. But it's more important the fact that the attack almost certainly further demonstrates a growing threat to Israeli diplomatic assets, Israeli diplomatic personnel, and more broadly, Jewish people across the world since late 2023. There have been several attacks that have targeted Israeli diplomatic personnel in recent years. These include in May 2025, an attack at the Jewish Museum in Washington, D.C. during an event catering to Israeli diplomatic personnel that killed 2 people. In April 2025, London police arrested 1 individual in terrorism charges for trying to enter the Israeli embassy in London. In November 2024, Jordanian police killed 1 man after he opened fire at the Amman Israeli embassy. In October 2024, there were several attacks across Scandinavia at Israeli diplomatic facilities. In September 2024, a lone gunman attempted to carry out an attack at the Israeli consulate in Munich on the anniversary of the Munich Olympic massacre. And finally, in June 2024, a man injured a police officer with a crossbow outside of the Israeli embassy in Belgrade. These attacks, many of which have coincided with notable holidays or at least events catering to Israeli diplomatic personnel, have occurred not just in Europe and North America, but in several other countries where Israel has diplomatic presence. Moreover, not all of these attacks were carried out by organized terrorist groups. Many of them were carried out by self-radicalized individuals and espousing Islamist ideology. The recent attacks demonstrates the increased likelihood of further attacks targeting Israeli diplomatic personnel abroad.
That concludes this episode of Regional Flashpoints on the Global Risk Podcast. These updates form part of our Global Intelligence subscription, which includes weekly reports, in-depth briefings, and live Q&A sessions with our experts. To learn more, visit solaceglobal.com. Thank you for listening.